Hello one and all, this is Hybridsteel. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Today on Car Mechanics Simulator 2018, we are going through the Bolt Atlanta, which was a brand new customer who sent me an email saying he's got a few issues with his car. We're going to pull the car up onto the lift, have a look through it and make sure that it's all good, and then we'll repair everything that needs to be done. So we're going to put this onto the lift right now and then we'll go through the car. Okay, so the car's up on the lift. Let's read through the email that the customer sent me. Just got back from a long trip. There was issues along the way, but I think you have to crack in. But I can do. So basically, he's been on a long ride. We got to see what the problem is. By the looks of it, you got a little bit of wear and tear on the tyres. Can't really see much at the moment, so we're going to get underneath the car and have a quick butcher's. Okay, so suspension in the rear end needs to be done. Brake, the actual knuckles need to be done as well. The front suspension's knackered, gearbox is knackered. That means some of the components in the engine are gone as well. So, without further ado, what we'll do is we'll put this underneath the car. We'll drain the oil because we have to do an oil change anyway. And we'll just go about stripping down the car. We'll start from the rear end and work our way through. Now I'm going to be doing something slightly different this time because I've got my level up a bit. We're actually going to be doing a lot of repairs on the parts instead of just buying brand new, just to see if we can cut our costs a bit. So I would actually, by this point in the game, look into repairing so you make a little bit of extra money on the side instead of buying brand new parts the whole way through the game. So as you can see, we've started the strip down. Let's get it on, shall we? Okay, so we've taken the drive shaft off for now. The reason why is we're not actually getting rid of the back axle in this one, but we do have to do repairs on the gearbox itself, and you have to take the drive shaft off before you can get to the gearbox. So future-proofing the strip down of this car. Okay, so that's the back end stripped down to all the parts that I feel that we're going to have to take apart. So that did include the fuel pump as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip down the tyre and the rim from the car. We're going to order in brand new rims, brand new tyres for this car because in fairness, I can repair the rims, but you know, I prefer to buy new. Okay, now we've ordered the tyres and the rims in, let's put them all back together, then we can carry on with the buying and the actual redoing this car. I'm sorry for this, but unfortunately tyres seem to take the longest amount of time in this game. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to be doing a bit of repair work on this instead of buying brand new. One, because it's a little bit cheaper. Two, now that I've hit like level 28, I can now repair quite high. So I'm sort of trying to get down that route where I'm trying to recycle parts instead of buying brand new a lot of the time. Obviously, if the part doesn't repair all the way to 100%, then I am replacing that section, and I will be doing that more in the engine bay as well, because the engine itself, even if you put in a part that you think is okay, sometimes it marks you up and says you have to redo that. So that's one thing I don't want to risk. I don't want to build an engine and have to take out a piston, for instance. So I'd rather just buy it brand new if I can't repair it. As you can see by the list, we still have quite a lot to find, but we're slowly numbing down the areas where we've already been working. We've already done the back end section, we've repaired what we could, we've bought new where we had to. Now we're going to work on the front axle section. That means the rubber bushings, the bits that have all look rusted. Then we'll go straight into the block. Now as you can see, the block from here doesn't look massively bad, but some of the problems may be more internal, so we're going to have to strip the whole thing down just to find the parts that are really bad in this engine. Alright, so that's all 4 suspension sections of the car. We're just going to sell off all the stuff that we've accumulated, just basically get rid of it all. And then we're going to crack on with the engine. We've already drained the oil, which is a good thing. That means we can just basically work straight through it and make sure that we're going to do everything properly. I'm going to take off the manifold so the engine isn't attached to the exhaust itself. Take the gearbox off, because obviously we have to take the gearbox off before we take the engine out, and then we can work on the engine freely on the engine stand itself. Now, like I said, we're going to try repairing sections before we actually buy new, but I think when it comes to, I think this engine's a valve push rod and like the rockers and things like that, we're definitely going to have to buy those new, because you can't really repair them, and also they're a pain in the arse if they're like 85% and you need 100% part, and these parts don't get repaired. So we're going to just buy those parts new. Everything else we're going to try and repair. So already you can see that the camshaft is knackered. We're going to have to replace that, which means stripping down the whole engine, which is a pain, to be fair. So as you can see, you can already see the damage in this car: the radiator, the battery, the pulleys at the front, the water pump, even the carburetor on top is a little bit knackered. So that means the wires will be knackered. The spark plugs we're going to have to basically take out and make sure they're okay, but I think we're going to have to do a sort of rebuild, which is a bit of a pain, but most of it will be repaired. So as you can see, there are a fair amount of parts on this that do need to be replaced or repaired. As said, we're going to take the whole block apart, we're going to repair everything, and then we're going to be replacing everything that needs to be replaced that we can't actually repair. So all this will be sped up. With the power of editing, you won't have to watch me do a shopping list either, and I will catch you in just a second. Okay, so that's everything bought for this cut engine. We've also repaired what we could. Now we're just going to rebuild it, and then the customer should be happy and everything should be all hunky-dory again. So with the powers of editing, this will all be sped up, and we'll get to the parts list in just a minute. So this is the only bit of these older engines that I don't like on this game, is the valve, the pusher arms and the rockers. And the reason why I don't like it is because it takes so long to put each one back individually. I wish there was a quick button where you just had all the parts, you line them all up and just push one button and it all sets itself in. That would be quite nice, but I know this is supposed to be a simulator game. You're supposed to take the hardship of doing this for the greater good. Okay, so we've nearly finished putting this engine back together. Just the carburetor and the filter on top, and then we're putting it back into the engine. Then we've just got to deck the engine bay out, so with the brake servo, the battery and the radiator, and then we're pretty much done. Obviously we're going to redo the oil, and then we have to put the bottom pieces on just to make everything connected, and then we should be alright. So what I'll do is I'll put all that done now, and then I will check the list with you guys in a minute. So we've already filled it with oil. These are the last few components. Let's just make sure that we've done everything. So we've obviously changed the oil, and this is the full list of all the parts. So everything you can see on the screen now is literally everything that needs to be replaced. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me in this video. If you have liked this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and notifications button below for all other updates on this channel, and I will get back to you within another video. Peace out, have fun and enjoy everything you guys do out there. Bye bye.